Hello, everybody. Unfortunately, two of our two players will not be able to make it, and for a little while, or they may not be able to make it at all. We're not completely sure, and so we're just going to continue on to where we left off. Shall we?
hmm Which I believe Maki Maki was knocked out, and so was the other friend, a monk there.
Right.
Cicada.
As see then, each each and every one of y'all are put into cuffs, and the majority, and weirdly enough, each of y'all's individual little prison wagons. Well, you and you and the little girl are placed in the same one, while the bartender, and Cicada are put into a separate one. The little girl seems very skittish and scared. Is there anything you would like to do?
Hey, hey, it's gonna be okay, kiddo. Ugh, my chest hurts so much. Oh right, I got slapped. Well, we're gonna pull through this like it was just another little thing. You know, nothing can really keep us down.
She slowly nods her head.
Now, let's see. How am I bound up? Hand up behind, like hands tied together behind back. Am I basically hog tied, feed hands to feet,
Your ha- your
behind
hands and
hands?
ankles have cuffs on them. They're essentially normal prison cuffs along with ankle cuffs.
Mm, got it. Yeah, hmm, not really being able to do much of this. Just like try to feel around for one of my spears. If they're still on the back.
They are not on your back.
Oh, they took my
All
weapons. That's great. Maki Maki is not amused.
as the carriage ride drags on, longer and longer, each hour seemingly passing on slower than the rest. After a little while, you come upon something, well, foreboding would be an understatement. It looks like a horror. It looks like a horror thing you would hear when you were little to scare you into behaving. Only it's real. Dark walls that reach so high you could barely even see the top of them. You see you see guards around almost every corner, each one's holding very large and scary weapons. As you slowly get in, you begin to realize that this ain't no normal prison. This is a really, really bad prison. You
Aren't
uh,
all
go
prisons
on.
aren't all prisons really bad? Just a really foreboding one.
Okay. As you
Darkness is
you can see through the small bars that the other prison wagon is actually going a different way. You are heading to the left while they are heading to the right. As
Duh!
you go,
What's the name of this prison? Horse person?
you just hear a small neigh from like a horse as you hear, for one, I am a centaur, and two, you have landed in a prison so dangerous that it has been given the name Tartarus.
Got it. So basically, something really dumb.
Dumb. Ah, not a single soul has left this prison alive. At least the ones that
I
tried
guess
to
I'll be the
escape.
first.
Ah. And let's see, that'd be number 222. Don't mind me. I'm just counting how many times I've heard that this week.
I wonder if there's a dragon, like a black dragon, maybe if we go controversial, white dragon. It gives off those dragon vibes, you know?
Yeah. But anyways, get ready to say hi to your new home. As you as you feel the carriage stop, you hear dozens of very heavy bootsteps begin approaching from all directions. Is there any-
This is supposed to be intimidating. You clearly have not met where I'm from.
Oh no, it's not designed to be intimidating. It's designed for efficiency. As it opens, you see dozens upon dozens of orcs, each one holding large and imposing poleaxes and halberds, each one standing still as a statue. If you had gone out a second earlier, you could have sworn they were statues if they weren't moving. And
Mm.
not 5 seconds later, you see someone walk in front of the carriage. A woman. She seems small, hair tied up in two ponytails pointing upward, a smile that has wickedness behind it, along with weird enough a pointed hat, but a nice dress. She says, "Welcome to Tartarus." She pulls out a notepad and says, "Ah, yes, quite the quite the terrible crime you have committed. Not as bad as others, but not at the worst."
Well, mm, I did nothing wrong. So, let me out of this prison, please. And my friends.
I'm afraid you will not be able to see your friends. Where you're going is a more designed prison holding area for people of your stature. Now then, If you will just
So
follow
what you're
me.
saying is, so what you're saying is, you don't have control of this place at all, and you're just someone else's bitch.
I am not the warden here. I'm merely
I was right. Good to know.
just just be quiet. As she steps away, two guards walk up and wave to you to walk out.
Go on, lawyer.
Two poleaxes are pointed at you, with one deeper voice saying, "Out now."
Just kind of looks at the poleaxe. Man, that's dull. You really need to sharpen your blade. The other guy got it right. And just starts walking away.
You see, as you're walking away, you can actually see the other guard taking a bit of pride into it, while the other one seems a bit discouraged. The little girl falls close beside you, clinging onto your clothes.
So, what's the food like here? Grub? Is it soup?
The woman doesn't answer, but you do hear one of the guards say, "Grubs and soup, if only."
What is it, moldy bread?
Oh, afraid much worse. It's before he could finish a shush. The woman shushes him. He immediately sends back
No,
to
no, no.
attention.
No, no, no. Ooh, he was telling me something important, like you. Let the man speak.
You, it is imperative that efficiency is required here. Any talking could reveal vital information, no matter how little or how big. So, talking to prisoners is forbidden. Now then, if you will
Even
follow
if it's just
me.
to learn what you. Wow, talking to prisoners is forbidden. Then you must be breaking your own rule. The warden is very mad at you if they're gonna learn about this. And trust me, I know I'm gonna get into trouble, and I know I'm gonna tell them all about this.
The guards cannot speak to the prisoners. I may speak whenever. Simply, guards are not trained to hold their tongue, while people such as me, many of the overseers of this prison, are trained to reveal as little information while still answering questions.
Okay, okay. I got one question. Do you
One,
even know what I am?
you are a kobold here that has been
No, that's not
arrested
what
for
I mean.
disturbing the peace and assault against the the chief warrior.
A chief warrior that's been dead for who knows how long.
Yes, he is a vampire, but he is more useful to us that for an ally than an enemy. Even
Oh
a
yeah,
simple
that
creature such as
reminds.
yourself must realize a vampire of that strength must be kept under control, even if it's only a few minor strings.
Yes, yes, but I got one question. How would you like a comeback? Extra spicy or just a little hot?
I know I'm going to regret asking, but what comeback?
This one turns around and mm, have hands facing toward them. Firebolt.
Hands facing toward the woman. I see. The firebolt dissipates a few, a couple inches from her body. Cute. Guards, make sure to put magic dampening cuffs on this one. On that on that note, two guards come up and latch a collar around your neck as you feel your magic begin to damper and waver.
Well, you're a bitch.
Actually,
Oh,
it's with a W. Witch.
yes, a witchy bitch. Shouldn't you have a familiar with you? You know, someone that likes you. Oh, wait, of course you do.
The amount of
No one
common
does.
insults that I have heard today. I gotta say, I have heard at least 20 other insults that have been brighter than that little fire, than that little match thing you just used.
So, who's the demon daddy that you have to, you know, convince to give you powers? Because you are definitely not it's an actual witch. More like a warlock.
You can see her roll her eyes as she does not speak and continue walking. After some time, you you come to an area that seems like a locker room. Two sets of clothes are setting in there with two rooms for each of y'all to change. You hear that the witch says to now change into those clothes right now, so we know you don't have anything on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna do. I don't think gray really matches my color.
It's so you're colorblind.
Mm. What color did you say the suits were?
Bright orange.
Uh, uh, I'm sorry, I don't think orange really suits my color. Everything will just become muted.
Well then, well then, it's a good thing that nobody here cares about fashion. Now put it on.
When I first put that on is when I first leave, just to spite you.
You
I'm not putting that stuff on until you
before
make
you before you finish you before you finish that sentence, you feel an electrical current go through your body, frying your nerves and putting you in agonizing pain. The little girl backs up and holds her mouth in fear.
harder.
The little girl looks worried, grabs the orange jumpsuits, and runs into the other room.
I just can't weakly un. I just can't weakly fall down to my knees and just look at them with the most devilish little smirk. You're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. If you keep doing that, who knows? I might like it.
A couple seconds after that, two large orcs come in and actually put the orange clothes over what you have.
Oh, this is turning into a real fun party.
They do not speak.
Are you sure this is a prison and not a nightclub? Hell, you could even change the place to nightclub with a KN.
After you finish this, you feel a hard knock on the back of your head as everything goes out.
Yeah. My character likes making fun. It's the only way he knows how to break up a prison thing. Just like, hey, I'm not gonna let you have fun with me. I might as well weird and gross you out as much as I can.
You wake up a couple hours later in a temporary cell as you see
That looks familiar.
the little girl curled up in a corner as she looks like she's having a panic attack. As the room is very small, just about 5 feet by 5 feet.
Just grooms up to her little. Hey,
She looks up. She looks up to meet your eyes.
are my hands somewhat free now, or are they still chained?
They are chained, although the cuffs are have a longer chain on them. The same with the little girl.
You got anything small, sharp, and pointy?
She she nods her head slowly, but it's very small, almost unnoticeable, so nobody would actually see.
Okay. And they didn't put one of these on you. He points to the magic dampener, right?
She she shakes her head and in a weak, timid voice says that the chief it seriously needs to calm down and he's overreacts a lot. She says in a sweet, timid voice.
Plushy.
Uh, she looks at you with confusion. Huh?
I know what kind of magic you control. You can keep a plushie, a doll, anything.
But she shakes her head, although she seems a bit embarrassed now, even a little scared. Well, a little more scared than
Uh,
she was. It's more like
well,
a
if we're
panicky
gonna have
sort of.
to,
It's more like a panicky sort of fear rather than "oh no, I'm gonna get hurt" fear.
well then, we're just gonna have to resort to making one out of hair. It's gonna take a while, but we can do it slowly. Better if we can make it a husk and fill it with whatever fluff inside the thingy or two. No hair is really strong, but weak slashing. Mm.
As you as you then look around and you hear something, you realize that some people have finally come. They look much different from the orcs that you have seen already. One of them looks one of them looks like it's, well, you can't really tell. It's like a dark form, the same as the other. Not really having a physical body, it looks like more only contained in a small thin layer of clothing.
Well, you guys surely do work out. Is it like a culture thing, or do you guys just like bulking?
They do not they do not speak and walk in and quickly get around both of y'all, putting your hands behind your backs and then walk, making your walk as well.
Say, Bubs, pals, I know a great big stash of gold, gems, anything that can make you rich and all the platinum you can think of. I'll tell you, ooh, ooh, if you guys will get two things from me, either my diamond or normal iron tipped spear, and a plushie, any plushie. It should be a couple that you guys took. Let the kid just have something so he can sleep at night.
He doesn't really seem to react as y'all are pushed and pushed, heading toward somewhere. You meet up after a couple minutes. You meet up at a sort of like a lineup with a couple other people. When you look around, you realize that, what do you know, many of them are dwarves and just overall very short people. As
Wow. I see you guys have a special little thing going on.
after a couple minutes, you see someone begin to come up. The person is very large, horns curving, as he holds up a giant sword, a katana, but really, really big. And
So, compensating for something?
he doesn't seem
Because
to react.
I,
He doesn't seem to react to you as he simply stands up in front of everyone and says the following: "Hello there, everyone. Today is your first day in Tartarus. This is your new home. You shall sleep here, eat here, live here, until either your sentence lets up or you die. Whichever comes first, I suppose."
what if you don't have a sentence and we're put here illegally?
Well, that's the thing, though. Everyone here has been gathered from reliable sources, and everyone are 100% sure that they belong here, including you.
Oh, I definitely know I don't belong here. It was all in self defense for me. They attacked us. We were only trying to just pass by. You guys are the real villains here.
Do you
I just
realize?
stared them in the eyes.
Question. Do you realize what exactly? you had done at that point?
Yes, I do realize. We were trying to defend ourselves. We gave them multiple different chances to let up, to go away. But they didn't take those chances. No, they just wanted to fight.
The
We
people
tried to let them
you
go.
were fighting were so far some very wanted criminals, and since we had no clue whether you were working with them or not, we had to take you in as well.
So you admit to it. You admit to bring us here illegally. Wow, never would I have thought to hear the day that somebody actually admit to it. Broadcast it right in front of everyone around.
Yes, but I'm afraid there's a few
Honestly,
other problems that, although that initial was unlawful, I must admit I am a warden, I follow the rules. The captain, however, is not
doesn't.
one. Yes, but there is a few other things that I feel like maybe you should know. So then, would you like to?
Sure, go ahead. It's not like I'm gonna stop you.
Good. It's gonna go either way. Anyways, you, my friend, are yes or no? You are a kobold.
Yes.
Good job. Now then, tell me, where do you come from? So,
Can you say that again? I think I misheard you.
where did you come from? What town?
I didn't come from a town. I came from a clan.
Alright. What
The
clan?
Vermos clan.
Ah,
We
Vermo.
have never attacked a single person. Our clan got literally nearly everyone but me gathered and put onto a slave trade. I've been trying to follow that slave trade, and so far, I've been falsely imprisoned twice for stuff I have never done. The first time was just an illusion trying to steal me again and attack my whole party. A different warden was actually nice, was about to help us out, but no, he got killed off. Every good guy here seems like they got killed off. The second time is this time. We were not working with those people. We were fighting those people because they stole this little child here that was just sleeping.
Question. Is your name. Next question. Is your name Maki Maki?
Yes.
I see.
What are you getting at?
Well, from the record, one person had claimed, along with others, that there was a single cobalt that was able to escape and cause significant damage. They were able to make out something with Maki Maki. So,
Tell me, what was the damage?
two party two of their party members were nearly killed along with several damages, and many of the kobolds that was there ended up escaping. Well, almost escaping.
Well, that can't be me because I still haven't found the fuckers that stole my family. I'm following a fucking paper trail here. I was out of I was out of the clan into a nearby town trying to trade for wood because we were running low and our pickaxes were wearing down. We needed to change out the handles. But when I came back, everything was gone. Everything that we previously mined was gone. Everyone was gone. They didn't even leave the eggs, the hatchling.
Well,
This is getting real repetitive for me.
as you
Setting off.
say this, many of the other inmates look around at you, along with the little girl, before before the warden speaks again. I understand the problem that you are having right now, but currently you have multiple assault charges on you, not only from the other prison that you went to, along with the captain which you had fought. If you had simply allowed him to put you into custody, you might have been able to walk out of here. But to his account, you, quote, nearly launched his heart out of his chest. Not even sure how.
Hey,
Not even sure how
I
you would.
gave him 5 chances and he was pointing a sword at. He first cut me before I did shit.
Afraid
Your captain assaulted me. I was in self defense.
he is not my captain. He is the
I'm
chief
sorry,
captain.
someone's captain.
Look, I am not a fan of him either. But rules are rules, and you already have an escape warrant on you from the other prison. So if he hadn't, even if he hadn't been that rough, even if any of that didn't happen, you would still be a wanted cobalt.
Escape warrant? What do you mean, escape warrant?
A warrant for your arrest from a prison that you had escaped. You're lucky
We
that
were
prison.
there, not under. We were there in from the Warren over there to help us be protected because we were being hunted down by someone. Hell, they killed a couple of guards trying to get to us. All I know was that there was other Cobalt traders that were wearing armor. I managed to kill them, but the warden didn't survive.
Look, buddy, as he look, buddy, as he walks up to you, he grabs you from the scruff and walks you a little ways away. Look, I couldn't care whether the crap you hear from murder, larceny, or any other crime. It doesn't matter because the more prisoners here, the more money I get. I couldn't care less if you or that girl died here, or if the worst prisoner was able to walk out of here thanks to a sentence. As long as I get the money, I do not care. So you better stop flapping your mouth before I start rethinking the amount of money I should have is too much. If you get the picture.
Well, I know an iridium area. If you let me and the child go, I'll tell you it. That will make you with thousands in profit. More money than I am worth just here.
200 gold an hour. Can you provide that, or even more than
An
that?
iridium, one single bar of iridium is worth 3,000 gold. There's a reason why there's so little of it out in the world. It's really hard to mine. And us kobolds are the masters of the mine. We know how to extract the ore without people getting killed. We know how to alloy the ore in a way that makes a perfect iridium bar.
He doesn't speak for a couple
And
seconds
considering
before you see a wicked smile come across him. A smile you can clearly see that's filled with greed. Well, I am so sympathetic to your cause. A poor soul torn from his family, as you can see a crocodile tear forming on his face. Oh, how poor of you. How about this? I, you pick. I will grab your friend along with anyone else you need. I'll take you to a mine that we need, which currently none of our miners have been able to get this piece out. But if you can, I'll reduce your sentence a very significant
reduce
amount from leaving here when you're an elderly man to just a couple years. And perhaps even more work would shorten it. What do you say, lizard?
speaks in Draconic. I will tell you once I have all my friends on the outside. I'm the one with the information, not them. They know
I
nothing of this
I have no
because
idea
I
what
don't
you
want.
just said, but I'm gonna let you go back to your cell. No, wait, sorry, wrong group. I'm gonna let you go to your cell, and you think about my offer. If you agree, knock on cells and ask to speak to me. Do you understand? And if you do manage to, you know, agree and live long enough, I'll let you speak to your friends and form a plan to get it. Does that sound fair?
Just speak, just speaks in a very eh, chirpy tone, in Draconic. Of course, I would love to beat your ass in, tear your heart out, and launch it to where even the stars can't see. And then speaks in common. Oh, sorry, I forgot you don't actually understand what we say.
Don't worry,
Understood.
little,
Besides, I like to right now.
don't worry, little fella. After all, money speaks enough. Now then, as he nudges you back to the line, he says, "There are three rules here. Number one, stay in line. Number two, obey the guards. And number three, no riots. If a riot is formed, all member of the riots will be executed. And yes, we can tell who is in a riot and who is simply stuck there, or forced to be there, so don't even think about lying. Good day." As the two smoky guards take y'all to your cells, they're like the room you were before, a simple 10 by 10 feet, with four people in one room. You, the little girl, along with another kobold and a halfling.
Just looks at those two. Hello.
The kobold,
So,
the
what brought you
kobold
two in
winks.
here?
The kobold says, "Ah, I just went against my miner. They bought me. They said the mine. My hands nearly fell off, which is why I have these." He lifts up one of his hands, showing a prosthetic wooden hand. Eventually, it did fall off. I killed the dude forcing me to work there, and they sent me here. The halfling simply speaks up and saying arson and a bit of thievery.
I can use both of you. Ooh, with a new little pad I'm coming up with. If just kind of looks at them. If you guys can't come close to me, I have a little bit of a plan.
The kobold
First,
looks at you and
again,
says, "What?"
well, I don't want some people to know that shouldn't know. You know,
And I know.
just kind of looks outside the bars to see if there's any guards nearby.
As you see, you don't really expect to what you see. You
No
see a
guards.
well, yes, no guards, but you do see multiple direwolves and even a couple Ursa majors walking around in an empty field. The field is, although it has grass and trees, none of it looks alive. It doesn't look like it's needing what it needs, but it's still surviving.
Good. No intelligent people out there. Okay,
Oh
so
no,
listen
that's the
closely.
bad part. The kobold pipes up. The guards can
What?
be merciful. Those things out there. Ugh. I'm not even sure if they understand the concept of mercy. My brother, who got sent here with me, got eaten by one of those when he tried to mine his way out of here. They smelled him under the ground and they kept on digging until I can't look at blood ever again, or I start panicking and freaking out. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. As he keeps on repeating it,
Hey, hey, hey,
he will point.
friendo. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. There won't be any blood involved into this plan if we do it right. I have made a deal with the warden.
The the halfling pops up, runs you, and grabs the collar of your clothes. You did what?
I promised him something that isn't real.
I what were you thinking?
This guy's clearly motivated by money. And he wants iridium bars because they are the most costly stuff. Didn't think he'd actually have some iridium ore nearby, but I didn't know how to make it into bars. I just wasn't gonna do that.
What? what are you going to do then?
Well, you see this little thing on my neck?
Yes.
It dampen it dampens my magic, but it doesn't dampen my intellect. I'm an artificer. I can make it into much better shit. Like, for instance, an iridium bar to an iridium sword. But I you would need someone with good hands to lockpick this thing open. I
Well,
got some illusion magic to make it look like, hey, it's still intact, it's still on. But it won't be.
I
So
see.
when it brings me down to the mines, it probably starts closely watching me. I'm gonna eat till I have the ore out. And I know something. I know a little spell that can kill any normal human. Just takes magic.
How the halfling says, how much magic? Never mind, never mind. Look, I can't get that off of you,
Oh,
unfortunately.
not even like crushing a bit of it to a fine piece of dust or anything like that.
He walks over to it and taps it. Only a magic user can get it off. I don't have any magic, and even if they can sense magical ability, so even if somehow, some way, a magic user was somehow to get in here, a magic dampening, one of those magic dampeners, would almost immediately get placed on them.
Not if they didn't show their magic.
It doesn't matter. They have special tools that allows them to literally sense where magic is coming from, literally emanating from
Looks
your
over at the
body.
child. Looks over at the child. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they missed a person.
It doesn't work. For some weird reason, it doesn't work for people who haven't used their magic in a while. Once if a couple of days go by, or even a couple of hours with people, it's sort of like trying to find traces of something. Let's say you drink some alcohol. You do know what alcohol is, right?
Uh-huh.
Right, yes, yes.
Oh
Once,
yeah, we had a couple of beers of rate.
right, yes. After you drink it, there is a smell of alcohol in your breath, and even after some time, it's still there. But it can be tricked. After some time, it doesn't even smell like it's there anymore. It's sort of like a phantom smell, sort of.
I I do understand that kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe you can trick it, being able to cast a spell, but have it not cast from you.
What do you mean? And by the way, again, I don't cast spells. I have no magic.
She does.
She The little girl shakes her head. I I can only control dolls. I
Don't worry.
I use my I use like magic strings and attach them to the dolls so I can move them. Sort of.
It's like a puppeteering.
Yes, but it only on stuffed stuff. So it doesn't really, you know, work on almost anything else.
Mhm, mhm. Now, that's perfectly fine. I, in this case, I don't need my magic to do some damage. And mayhaps, if we make a little tiny doll, we can stuff it a little bit and have your stuff move.
Hey, hold on, but I don't know if it would even before she can finish the sentence. The cobalt pops up. Wait, hold on, I know somebody.
Know somebody about what?
You see, while I was here, there's this craftsman who's able to actually craft almost anything, although it can sometimes cause a good price. It would still he'll still make anything for you with almost anything that you give him. I know for a fact that he will give you what you're looking for.
Well, we just gotta make sure to time this plan correctly. Getting the doll before anything happens, kind of working together to figure out what magics can be used, and if I can create stuff in time that we need to escape.
That's sorry. Can you say that
I
again?
mean, well, mm, well, we just need to time it correctly. And plus, if I can find some adamantine, I can use that. It's quite well. It's an anti-spell material, basically. If I use it correctly, maybe I can kill off this magic dampener. I mean, feels like it absorbs the magic. So
It
maybe
it
kill
does.
off all the magic from it. I mean, either which way, it uses magic. So kill the magic from it. I can use magic. So we just gotta figure out how to do that.
He claps his hand as he says. The kobold claps his hand and he says, "Perfect. I know the perfect spot. Around here, there's a mine that a whole bunch of kobolds used to mine here. But not that long ago, some weird adventurers came along, and through permission from the king, they were able to take the kobolds somewhere else. I was the only exception since I was half to death at that point, so they couldn't really take me.
I see. They're probably getting paid for cobalt. That means if we manage to do everything quite right, if we manage to get this all done, we might be out of here in just 2 weeks. But I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to ask you, Halfling.
He looks at you.
I'm. I'm gonna need you to steal some stuff.
He smiles and says, "It depends on what."
Keys, halberd, bottles of ale, and some cloth. You know what that means for that part. And also, if you can, a horn.
A horn?
Mm-hmm. I can chisel out the horn so it can use it as a signal, a much louder signal. And if we befriend a lot of people here, make them have a little bit of favors with us in the more important sectors, we will probably able to be doing this pretty fast.
Wait, hold
After
on.
all, you,
There's just one problem.
what?
I'm good, but how can I, you know, steal a halberd? It takes like
I'm gonna.
three more. It says like it'll take like three of me just to tip the top of one of those things. So how do you think I, a single one, will be able to steal one? It'll be like an ant trying to steal a whole cookie.
An ant can carry two cookies at once.
It doesn't matter that the fact that I can carry it. It's the fact that I can carry it, but people will see me.
Well, it's going to be harder for them to see you at night, and also a boring job like being a guard. There's eventually going to be one person that passes out on the job, even
Oh,
standing up.
oh yeah, that's oh yeah, oh that's snoring Larry. He's uh he's a tabaxi that honestly I don't even think how he got this job. I'm pretty sure he's like a noble or something, but he constantly falls asleep.
See what needs to be done.
Uh, you hear a couple knocks on the door.
Goes up to the door. Hello?
You when you walk up, you see a large guard. Pass both of y'all some papers. Keep those on you at all
Looks at
times. Before he walks off.
looks up,
Your card
gives okay,
overall just says the crime that you had committed, being assault, assault against the chief, and obstruction of justice, and escaping from a penitentiary facility. While the little girl was having the ability of pleasuremancy and not reporting it to any local governments, and so leaving her a possible bandit or a thief.
just seeing this. I give a little chuckle. Oh god, they're fucking idiots.
After a little extra time,
Okay,
after just a little extra
I give
time, you. Oh, sorry, go on.
I gave the kiddo their card and just like, well, apparently they know that they are plushomancy. Probably why they took their plushies, but hair and stuffing make for an easy doll.
You after a couple more hours, you hear another knock on your cell.
Ugh. What is it, sir? Or ma'am?
You don't. You see a man covered in scars and tattoos, as he looks fairly intimidating. As he looks and says, "Papers, come on, show 'em."
We didn't get any papers.
All inmates receive papers on what they did when they get here. Now, please.
I just kind of look at him. Can I do a deception check to see if I can mm, actually say, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Mm,
Sure,
basically.
sure, but sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, golden dice. Don't fail me now. 18. 17 plus 1.
He says, "The piece of paper that the guard had given you when he came over here."
And I'm saying I didn't get a piece of paper.
He gets up in your face and says, "Listen, buddy, either you give me the paper, or somebody's gonna get hurt. Look, all you have to do is give me the paper, and I can promise you that no one's gonna kill you in the showers. Well, at least nobody from
Ah,
my crew, or any of the other gangs here, unless you specifically have beef with them. But that's a different issue. So, would you rather be killed right now, or simply, or live through this nightmare?"
sir, I'm telling you what it happened. A guard was walking by, giving stuff to people in all these different cells, but they walked by our cell. I guess
Mm.
that he thought that we already got our papers and already did the whole handing them back thing. I mean, these two have already done everything into, so maybe he just thought, hey, it's just another kobold that they moved in here. I don't know what has been going on around here. You guys need some more communication. I swear, I don't have any paper. In this case, I'm literally swearing on my life.
I see. He begins to walk off and he says, "I will be informing the guards. I will be speaking to one of the guards to see if they had given any of the papers out. And I will know what you did. Just think of this. If you've done what I think you've done, you will be killed."
How do you know that they won't lie to you? Or maybe just not even intentionally lie to you? There's a lot of cells. I can barely see outside through one area. And there's probably more rows than this. Uh, if I get my card late, I'll give it to you. Okay? I promise. You can smack me down where I stand, and if I do get my card, like give it to you, and don't give it to me. Okay,
Fine.
sir?
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry you for this whole inconvenience, even though I don't know how this happened.
Jeez. Next time, ask. Because next time you see one of them, ask for your papers. Otherwise, I not even I will be able to protect you. Got it, shrimp?
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Since you're new here, in a couple hours there's gonna be some free time. The cells are open. We'll be able to walk around and talk for a little bit, but not for long. So make sure to use what you can. Got it?
Got it.
All right. Now then, have a great day. As he walks off, the kobold says, "Dude, what the crap are you thinking?"
Hide the cards. We're gonna use them later.
Do you know who that was?
Anyone? No, but I apparently played to a somewhat good side.
No one knows his real name, but everyone just calls him Crack Skull Jimmy.
Okay, so Crack Skull Jimmy is somewhat understandable. Well, that sometimes shit happens.
You are really lucky. I'm not even sure how you're still alive. Well then,
And at least we'll
he
anyway know.
pulls out a set of cards. In the meantime, you want to play?
I guess.
He plays a couple hands. You win some. He wins some. After about an hour, the cells to everyone's doors begin to open. And as you see, everyone slowly walk out and piddle around, do their business, try to start fights, failing to start fights, and all of
I'm
that.
just kind of, I'm just kind of looking at all this, trying to find somebody that looks like, hey, they're big, tough, and mighty. Let's see what I can do for them.
You don't. Okay, please roll me a perception or investigation.
I'm gonna do investigation because I am a lot better at that. 12.
12.
12. Yeah.
All right, you are thankfully able to find somebody. You were able to find a large golem reading in the library.
Uh, Hello, big sir. Uh, uh, can I help you out?
The large golem closes the book gently and looks over to you. Is there something you need?
I just want to become friends with someone that's strong so I don't get pummeled to death.
Hmm. He
That
taps.
seems like a big risk of happening here.
He pulls over a seat. He pulls over a seat which looks like a toy compared to him, and gently taps on it twice.
Which I get onto a seat and sit down.
He says in a deep tone, "What do you like to read?"
Uh, Honestly, I've never read a book before. I know how to read. I've got a chance.
Hmm.
So I'm open to anything.
He he goes around and picks a small book. As he drops it at you, he drops it at your feet. Well, sorry, kind of hard to
Mm,
control these big hands properly.
mm, it's okay. I understand. Some people have the shaky hands and mm, they have to work around it.
He
You pick
gives
a book. But,
the book is a fairly simple tale. It's a tale of of a deer chasing the sunset. Very heartwarming, very kiddish, something very easy to read and just fun.
huh, this kind of after reading it, this is interesting. I wonder why they did this story about deer chasing sun. Why would it chase sun? I mean, they're in the morning or sometimes usually intertwined for spring.
The
Eh,
the golem speaks up. Well, not all times the sun is a big ball of gas. Sometimes some people think the sun is simply a bright object which they can try to catch. When I when I roam the land, I see many tribes try to catch the moon, and many bugs fly toward the sun. Not everything understands the world like we do. Some things, like that deer, see something and chase it faster and faster to something they physically cannot get until they realize that they just can't and admire it, seeing it for the beauty that it is. But what the book doesn't say is that some people don't stop chasing it and keep on chasing it till they die. Or that's just the metaphor of the book.
I guess.
I'm sorry.
And
Did you
so,
say something? It's kind of hard to hear up here.
yeah, I, I said I guess. I just can't see some similarities between me and the deer and chase after something that might never come to fruition. I mean, it's already been like a week and a half since I left my nice little cave and trying to find the rest of my family.
Hmm?
I'm locked up here.
The golem leans down and asks, "If you don't mind me asking, what happened? Maybe I can help?"
Adventurers happened. Took everything. The pile that we were saving for a dragon to one day it come over here and claim it so we can worship them like every kobold does. All
But
the hatchlings, every child, every kobold, empty. Not even any pickaxes were really left.
when I was created, I was simply stone. Then I could think. I had many brothers and sisters, so to speak. There was one of snow, wood, iron, flesh, diamond, dozens. We were supposed to protect a tower that held our, well, dad of sorts. I was the only survivor when some adventurers came, killed everyone but me, barely leaving me alive, and killing my dad. But he was always mean. I tried to chase them
And
after, but I realized that they were gone. I have no magic, and even if I had some, the golems I would create would not be my brothers and sisters. They would simply be different and not them. They may look the same, but they are not. Don't be like me. Even even that deer sometimes didn't fully realize that he was going for the sun until he truly got the sun. Not by touching it, not by stealing it, but by looking and admiring it. That is how he got the sun.
you know my family is still alive. They're gonna be used as slaves. Some rich fuck.
When I was golem, well, a golem slave, sort of, to my dad, he would sometimes say kobolds were the best at mining. Although when I came here I could not read or speak, I slowly learned how to. And something that I learned: slavery does not work. They break, they fight, and they kill. If you treat them like workers that they cannot leave, decent respect, food, and shelter, then some will stay, but others will be content. That is better way. If they are smart, they should everyone will be alive. So do not worry. Rich men can be smart and stupid, but no stupid man would dare try to control kobolds.
I mean, yeah, the only reason why I haven't quite tried to break out this place quite yet, this little thing, this little tap on the neck.
Hmm?
I used to be able to
He
make
taps it.
stuff.
He taps it a couple times and says, "Do you want it on it?"
I want it off.
You can see him thinking before waving for him as you go to a specific part of the little library section, a little corner. These books hard as stone. Can you please come here?
Does so and gets the vibe that I should also be bracing myself.
He and and after a couple minutes, you simply hear done.
Kind of tries to pry the collar off from the neck a bit.
It doesn't move. I can't get it off, but I did a by but you can now use magic.
Did you break one of the runes on it?
He shakes his head. I carved a rune, simple yet pure. This rune that I often saw correlating with my master or father holds great energy, but no way to use it. The collar is trying to absorb all of the big energy, leaving you with your smaller man magic untouched. It
Holy
pretty.
shit, you're a genius.
He hits his head playfully a few times and says, "Even dumb golem has good ideas from clock to clock."
Um, my name Maki Maki. I don't think I got your name. I'm sorry about that.
Me no have name, but me like to be called Gravel.
Then that's your new name, Grapple.
You see a big dopey smile come across his face before you hear a small siren going off. Oh, time to go back to cell. He gets up and begins walking off. You should go too.
Mm.
Guards do not like when we are late to cells.
And the guards can suck it a little bit.
As he leaves, you can hear him nod his head. Yes, but guards have power. They can make us not have food or water. So best to play nice with them for now.
I guess.
Did
Seriously,
the
he
you?
just starts
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
seriously, and starts to scamper away a little, looking back here and there.
As you go back to your cell, you see plenty of people still lounging around, not a care in the world, while plenty others go to their cells. You actually get a peek of the little girl still in the cell with with the two other roommates that you have.
Uh, well then, guess what, guys?
Everyone,
Maki Maki is back in business.
the little girl says "Yay!" and runs up to you, gives you a big hug. the The kobold
Mm,
says, "What do you mean, back in business? Were you sad before and now you happy?" The halfling
just
says,
kind of
"No, no,
clicks
no.
my.
No. I think he had an epiphany, and now he's back to his full fighting shape. Like, were you depressed before, or what?
I just kind of do a little cover. Or I cover my hand to the side to block the view from what guards might see. I flick thumb up, and a little tiny magical fire appears on the thumb.
You could see
Give him a little
everyone's
wink.
cell go, whoa.
I give him a little wink and quickly put it out. Now, uh, you know the golem that's in the library?
They nod their heads. Pretty quiet, the little kobold says, as the halfling says, yeah, keep to themselves and only read books. Read the books there.
I just kind of spin around the necklace to reveal the new rune. He's smart. And his name is Gravel.
The Everyone looks at the room as the halfling says, his name is Gravel? Huh, never really caught it before. But thank you.
Be kind to him. He, he got my respect. But now, since I'm back into business, I can make things for you as well. And let's just say a lot better chance for no blood.
And end session. What do you think?
Well, this is turning into a fun little thing.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. All right, everyone who is listening. I hope y'all enjoyed today's session. And before you ask, yes, there will be more of Gravel. I hope I hope everyone has a good day, night, whatever time it is, and I hope everyone will be here next week.